Hi there, friends. So glad to have you join us as we come together to celebrate our heritage. Inside this weekend edition of Jamaica Magazine, I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Sit back and relax for another informative journey. It all comes up on the other side of this important message.
Jamaica, I can help you protect our citizens.
Jamaica Eye will play a part in increasing your public safety.
Jamaica Eye is part of an island-wide network of camera surveillance systems designed to increase the safety of you, our citizens. If you have a camera system outside your home or office facing a public space, log on to jamaicaeye.gov.jm today. Jamaica Eye, we're all connected. The Ministry of National Security, creating a safer and prosperous Jamaica.
In our Western Roundup segment today, we are celebrating our Jamaican heritage, the traditions and influences that shape our society and development as a people. Reflections of these were vividly on display at the annual Civil Heritage Expo held earlier this week. Take a look.
Exciting, entertaining, and culturally educational. These are the few words to describe the experience at this year's staging of the Civil Heritage Expo held at the Civil Heritage Park in St. Anne. The Western Roundup team was there, and we bring you the highlights today. Stay with us.
Some 4,000 students, teachers and parents converged on the grounds of the Civil Heritage Park on October 12, immersing themselves in a day of cultural experience, ranging from exhibitions, dance, art and music. The event was the 24th staging of the Civil Heritage Expo, held under the theme, Experiencing the Cultural Fusion.
The event is geared towards raising public awareness about diversity of Jamaica's cultural heritage and to motivate our students to take pride in our history.
It also seeks to highlight our national heroes in the hope that Jamaica's youth will take inspiration from them.
Today, the event will foster continued confidence in the achievements of our ancestors, current citizens, and encourage optimism for the future.
Teachers participating in the event welcomed the initiative as a tool to further enhance and bolster their teaching and learning processes.
It was very important for us to come because we believe that our Jamaican culture is very rich. We have a wonderful heritage, and the Civil Heritage Park is one of the best in the island, and so we wanted them to come and see what it's like to be out here, to see the Great House, to see all the displays, and to just understand and appreciate our history.
It's Heroes Day that's coming up, and I thought it was very important for the children to appreciate their heritage, particularly because of COVID. This event was not held for a couple of years, so it was really important for us to reach here.
For my 4-year-old children and my 5-year-old children, we do the heritage and we talk about the heroes, so it is best for them to come and see more than in the classroom. We just talk about them so that they could come and see pictures of our heroes and or other things of our heritage. Well, it's a fun-loving day.
Though mainly educational, the day was not short of entertainment and fun.
My favorite part was the music and the dancing and the pictures, because I like the history of Heroes Day. The dancing, because I love to dance.
I really like the performances that they put on the stage, and I found it interesting, and we also went inside of the Great House and I learned a lot of things. Today was very fun, and I hope I get to come back again next year or the next time they have a celebration like this.
The rides were also a big hit for the kids.
Today was awesome!
The Ferris wheel, because we got to spin around and around.
Today was fun, wonderful, and I enjoyed myself.
The event also featured exhibitions from stakeholders who were themselves impressed with the event.
As you know, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, what we do, we really reassure and we protect. So we serve, protect and reassure. And with this vast number of students that we have in our space in St. Anne, I deem it a pleasure and a privilege to be a part of it. Now we showcase what we do as JCF. So we are here to let students know how they can be a part, or they can become a part of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So we are here to show them, to introduce to them the process of going through the recruitment. I deem it a pleasure because for what is happening in school now, we need to capture them and to get them on the right path.
Exhibitors included the Nigerian High Commission, Jamaica National Heritage Trust JNHT, Bank of Jamaica BOJ, Dolphin Cove, the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF, the Jamaica Information Service JIS, Rural Agricultural Development Authority RADA, UNESCO, and Phoenix Health, among others.
I think today the goal was met. When I look at the students and see their faces and see that although people used to say that history is a subject that they don't like, we can see from the excitement on their faces that we package it in such a way that although we are teaching, we give them some excitement. Hopefully next year it will be bigger and better and we will have more activities and we have more input from the Jamaican public.
The 320-acre civil heritage site boasts a museum and heritage education center, which displays a wide array of artifacts and ruins. They provide an accurate and comprehensive representation of our Amerindian, European, and African foreparents, their individual cultures, and how these cultures interacted.
That's all for the program today. As usual, thanks for joining us for Western Roundup, where we take you from the corners of St. Elizabeth to the hilly terrains of St. Anne. Remember to send your feedback to jismobay@jis.gov.jm. Until next time, take care.
"60 years! Whole last 6 decades for Willica Island independent. And we have accomplished so many things. What do you think are some of our country's greatest achievements in these last 60 years? Think about it and make we know by entering the JIS Heritage Essay Competition. If you're a primary level student aged 9 to 12, write a 500-word essay answering the question, what do you think is Jamaica's greatest achievement since independence? Great prizes to be won. Visit jis.gov.jm for more information. Competition closes October 31. The JIS Heritage Essay Competition. Enter today.
Breast milk is the ideal food for babies and can satisfy all the infant's nutritional needs for the first 6 months of life. It provides much needed antibodies to protect them against all kinds of infections. Babies exclusively breastfed have less episodes of diarrhea, acute respiratory infection, and skin conditions. Breastfeeding also benefits mommies too, through decreased risk of breast and ovarian cancers, improved postpartum recovery, and reduced iron loss. Breastfeed your baby to give him or her the best start for a healthy life. Remember, breastfeeding is best.
Yes, breast milk is best for the good health and proper growth of infants. It's why the government has been working through the Health Ministry to get most mothers to breastfeed exclusively so that our children will gain from the significant benefit this provides.
If a baby mother is tired or something, I can play a part in feeding baby.
Me taking part in breastfeeding also helps in bonding. Mother, child, as well as father,
And I'm anticipating that he will be there supporting me throughout.
Babies are born with the reflex to look for their mother's breast. However, many mothers need practical support with positioning their baby for breastfeeding and making sure their baby is correctly attached to the breast to prevent sore nipples and discomfort in the first few days after birth. Breastfeeding takes time and practice for both mothers and babies, and support from a lactation consultant or other skilled professionals can help them overcome the challenges. Government, with the support of the World Health Organization and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has been creating a healthcare environment which protects, promotes, and supports breastfeeding. This involves the National Baby-Friendly Hospital Initiative, where hospitals are certified to global standards in facilitating breastfeeding and the health of mothers and infants. There is also the National Infant and Young Child Feeding Network. Public health facilities certified baby-friendly include the Alexandria Community Hospital in St. Anne, Princess Margaret Hospital in St. Thomas, Lionel Town Hospital in Clarendon, Port Antonio Hospital in Portland, Port Maria Hospital in St. Mary, and Mandeville Regional Hospital in Manchester.
It gives a framework that enables mothers to acquire the skills they need to breastfeed exclusively for the first 6 months, which is 180 complete days, followed by complementary foods and continued breastfeeding for 2 years and beyond. The aim is to give the best start in life for all newborns by creating a healthcare environment that supports breastfeeding as a normal, natural option.
Understand that breastfeeding is so important. It is actually the best nutrition any mother can give to a child, a newborn child, and up until at least a year.
WHO guidelines provide a 10-step approach to successful breastfeeding that is being followed by baby-friendly health facilities. This includes having a hospital policy that promotes breastfeeding and not infant formula, bottles, or teats. It also makes breastfeeding care a standard practice and monitors the support being given. Baby-friendly health facilities are required to ensure staff competency through training on breastfeeding support strategies. Breastfeeding is also encouraged by the hospitals through sessions that discuss its importance for babies and mothers and teach women how to feed their baby. Healthcare experts are expected to encourage skin-to-skin contact between mother and baby soon after birth and help mothers put their baby to the breast right away, an important practice that helps the baby find and latch onto the breast, and one which, if done within 1 hour after birth and then frequently after, helps to establish breastfeeding. Mothers should also be assisted by health professionals who will give practical breastfeeding support by checking the baby's positioning, attachment, and suckling, and help mothers with common breastfeeding problems. Mothers are encouraged to give their baby only breast milk unless there are medical reasons, prioritizing donor human milk when a supplement is needed. The breastfeeding expert will also help mothers who want to formula feed to do so safely. Almost all mothers produce the right amount of milk for their babies, and production is determined by how well the baby is latched onto the breast, frequency of breastfeeding, and how well the baby is removing milk with each feeding. Baby-friendly health facilities ensure mothers are able to stay with their newborn day and night, especially if the baby is sick. This is also known as rooming in. They are also required to help mothers know when their baby is hungry and not limit breastfeeding times. Mothers should also be given counsel on the use and risk of feeding bottles, teats, and pacifiers. And they ought to be referred to community resources for breastfeeding support. Learning to breastfeed can take time and patience. It is a skill that mother and baby learn together, a skill worth having.
My name is Bruce Croxon. I'm the founder of a fund called Round 13 Capital that invests in Canadian technology companies. My ties to Jamaica go way back because my mother's actually from the island. She comes from the parish of St. Mary, and so some of my very earliest memories are of visiting the island. And I think Jamaica is an incredibly special place to visit. It starts with the terrain. I mean, it's physically a beautiful island. I mean, you go from high mountains to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, and you can get some amazing views, you get some amazing cultures, and you get some amazing greenery the further you get from the sea. What people don't know about Jamaica is that there is an incredible number of side trips and explorations that you can do. There's some incredible adventure to be had, whether that's hiking in the Blue Mountains or surfing on the North Coast. A lot of people don't associate Jamaica with surf. There's some good surf there. Jamaica is much more than tourist destinations. There's a whole island to be explored and probably more smiles per capita than any other country I've visited, so I've always felt very welcome there.
60 years! Well, 6 decades for Willica Island independent, and we have accomplished so many things. What do you think are some of our country's greatest achievements in the last 60 years? Think about it now and make we know by entering the JIS Heritage Photo Competition. If you're a tertiary level student, compose a photo under the theme Jamaica's greatest accomplishment since independence. Great prizes to be won. Visit jis.gov.jm for more information. Competition closes October 31. The JIS Heritage Photo Competition. Enter today.
Through the annual National Honors and Awards program, a grateful nation honors its citizens who've made and continue to make stellar contribution to the country's development. Up next, we'll meet one of this year's recipients, Mr. Omar Sweeney.
When I started to work in government and was able to serve my fellow Jamaicans and really being able to apply what I know to help, I think that really drives me. And certainly over the years, the gratitude and being able to see people do better. So children have better learning outcomes and people feel safer and people have access to potable water. All the things that I've really been working on. Those are ideals for me.
It is this tenacity and passion for social and national development that has earned Omar Sweeney a well-deserved recognition in the form of a national award. To be more specific, the Order of Distinction, rank of Commander, which he will receive on October 17.
It was an overwhelming feeling because, I think so much about, it's almost like for a moment your career flashes in front of you, And I think about the tremendous support I've gotten from my staff here at JSIF as well as across government and most certainly my family.
On behalf of my entire family, we're immensely proud of this distinguished honor which has been bestowed on Omar, my husband.
We are all very proud that he has achieved this recognition, by the government of Jamaica.
When I entered public service nearly 20 years ago, I certainly didn't enter with this anticipation of being awarded nationally. Certainly over the years, I've tried my best as a public servant to give good value to the country of Jamaica, and the fact that it has been recognized in this way is a gratifying feeling.
His recognition is twofold, being given for his contribution to the public service, but in particular the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, through which most of his work is being carried out. As managing director, he has been leading the execution of several impactful social intervention and infrastructural projects within vulnerable communities across Jamaica.
I have an image of a Jamaica where, everyone has an opportunity to really live their best life. And that's what I work for, and that's what drives me.
I have worked with him for the past 12 years at JSIF,
And throughout that time, we have traveled the length and breadth of Jamaica. He has been a phenomenal leader. And what I have observed is that he has a genuine interest in the welfare of others.
I can attest that he has worked tirelessly across Jamaica, sometimes in uncharted territories, to serve the ordinary people in the various communities. It has been a great sacrifice for the family because sometimes his working hours are quite lengthy, but we have been very supportive and cooperative over the years because we know of his passion for addressing the needs of the vulnerable.
An engineer by profession, Mr. Sweeney has been giving quality service to both the private and public sectors, even at the board level.
I really like to think that it's the same, but a little bit different. And for me, you know, obviously I have leaned more towards the public service because I just believe that there's just greater reward there and satisfaction.
I have known Mr. Sweeney for a number of years, and of course, we are very much aware of his stalwart work here at JCIF.
As a member of his senior management team, I have personally benefited from his mentorship. I particularly admire him for the way that he leads highly skilled professionals. And I think that he's able to get the best out of you.
Team JCIF is 100 people, 100 experts in their own areas, you know, economists, quantity surveyors, engineers, architects, financial specialists, that really stand behind what I represent. You know, they do the hard work, they really make sure that the quality is there, the accountability is there.
I think that he's an outstanding individual, he's an outstanding leader, and I think that the award is well deserved.
I was pleased that he was recognized in this way and awarded for his public service and for his excellence in his work.
I take this opportunity to wish him continued success in being a faithful public servant to the people of Jamaica. Congrats, Amar.
It's just been an overwhelming period that I'm enjoying, certainly, and you know, I just really look forward to continuing to serve.
How many more must die because of reckless drivers? How fast is too fast? Make we take time, no man. Obey the rules of the road. Drive with care.
National hero Sir Alexander Bustamante, Jamaica's first Prime Minister, was among those making pathways for a better country and standard of living for our people. We now take a glimpse at his life and work.
Sir Alexander Bustamante, the undisputed champion of the working class. As a trade unionist, he earned the title when he tackled unemployment and the terrible pay and working conditions facing working class Jamaicans. Sir Alexander spoke fearlessly against the English colonial rulers, writing several letters to the Gleaner and occasionally to British newspapers. Widespread discontent led to social unrest in 1937 and 1938, and all the time, Bustamante continued to champion the cause of the people. On September 8, 1940, he was detained for an alleged violation of the Defense of the Realm Act. He was locked up for a year and 5 months. Sir Alexander later founded the Jamaica Labour Party in 1943 and won the first general election under universal adult suffrage in 1944. He also became the first Prime Minister of an independent Jamaica in 1962. Sir Alexander died in 1977.
Let us resolve our family disputes peacefully. A family is a circle of love, support, and strength. Violence has no place.
Jamaica is today an independent country, charting its own destiny. But that right was hard-won and came only after our forefathers fought to remove the shackles of slavery and colonial rule. Today, as the nation continues its independence march, the call is also being made for those who were once enslaved to make reparations.
Mr. President, we cannot properly make use of this watershed moment to benefit the future without adequately addressing the past. Jamaica reaffirms its determination to further the call for international recognition of reparatory justice as a necessary path to healing, restoration of dignity, and progress for people of African descent. The world cannot turn a blind eye to the systemic imbalances which persist after centuries of exploitation. If our moral standards today, on which we claim a higher civilization, acknowledges that actions in the past, which generated wealth for some by depriving others of their freedom, were wrong, then that same moral standard must lead those who benefited from the wrongs of the past and claim a higher civilization today to repair that which their morality now acknowledges to be an injustice. There is an inescapable duty for economic redress, for historical injustices, and recognition of the dignity of affected states and people. The arc of international morality would not have completed its bend for the peoples of the African diaspora without open and inclusive exchanges on the dispensation of reparatory justice. We recognize the complexities associated with this sensitive issue. Yet, as with all complex global challenges, we must summon the determination to take the bold and creative steps to meet the moment.
Was chocolate milk invented in Jamaica? Well, history has it that the first use of the term milk chocolate was for a beverage brought to London from Jamaica in 1687. The vehicle was one Sir Hans Sloane, physician to the governor of Jamaica. The story is that he was introduced to chocolate tea by slaves whom he saw drinking it. They told him that it was more delicious with milk and that the chocolate tea was also good for health. Sloane went back to England and produced milk chocolate, which later became Cadbury's. But it was not until the Swiss inventor Daniel Peter successfully combined cocoa and condensed milk in 1875 that the commercial milk chocolate bar was invented. Celebrating Jamaica 60 with pieces of our history.
And this is where we end today's journey inside Jamaica Magazine. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for another show. Until then, there is more to watch by visiting our website, jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care and celebrate responsibly, and see you next time.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.